Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my YouTube chit chat. My name is Inazak and this is my YouTube channel. So guys, it is my prayer and hope that this video is going to find you when you're doing fine and in good health. I'm also doing fine at this peripheral end. So let me know where you're watching this video from, which country, which state, and which continent going forward. So guys, I want to speak about, because I am already alive and mentioned myriads of people and myriads of problem he went through in the hands of specific person and specific people. But today's video is going to specifically dissect the issue of IVANTURES versus Imar. You know, I'm a very happy man today because Imar for a long time has been keeping this kind of secret on his chest. But he decided to finally address these issues with IVANTURES and the horrible ordeal that Imar went through at the hands of IVANTURES in Washington, D.C. and in very many particular places going forward. So let's listen to what Imar said.
Ivan, this is a story I've never talked about. Guys, this is a guy who wanted to put me in jail for, I swear before God, doing nothing. Just because he liked a girl that I liked. And I invited that girl to his house. And guys, ask yourself one question. If somebody is hosting you, even on a wrong mind, not right mind, even let me use this as a joke, even on the left mind, not right mind, left mind, how could you invite someone to a place where you're invited without them knowing? This is one person I regret meeting in my entire life, and it is my biggest regret. There is no any other regret. Since I grew up, I've seen some regrets here and there, but my biggest regret was meeting this American guy called Ivan. This guy wanted to put me in jail, and he tried saying I was trying to SA a girl because he knew him being an American and me being in his house, he could easily set me up for anything. So how did I meet this guy? So one time I was in Washington, D.C. traveling, okay? I was in Washington, D.C. traveling. I wrote on my Instagram, hey, who is in Washington, D.C. to host me? America is so expensive, I have to be honest. Even America is quite expensive. Right now, my sister is in New York. She's paying $350 a night. You know, that money in the village here, you could easily start building somebody a house. And because I have some of my followers who are very honest, so I trusted this guy. This guy flew all the way, okay? He flew all the way from Colombia to come and meet me in Washington. Because the moment he responded that, hey, I live in Washington, D.C., but right now I'm in Colombia, I would like to host you in my house. So don't mind, I'm booking my flight right now. And he seriously wanted to put me down by any means, even if it means for me to go to jail, for him to have what I have. Okay? So today I will tell you his story because you guys have asked. And actually, even I came to discover he's a secret agent of the US government. And last time I went to apply for my US visa, and this lady said, we cannot give you the US visa. So that's another news I'm telling you. I applied for my US visa the other day, and they said no. And I have a feeling, this one I'm not sure, it's a feeling that he could be the one who went there and put information, because he works with the US immigration intelligence. Those guys that deport people without telling you, you know. That's why he's able to manipulate. That's why he's able to manipulate people. He can He can let you talk things that you don't even want to talk because he knows how to manipulate and make you look.
That is the smallest video you've watched when Imar is speaking. So horrible ordeal he went through the hands of Ivan Venture, the bully. Some people call him Mr. Pig. I want to maintain the name Ivan all through my session itself. You know, I'm acutely sure and aware because I know Ivan is not an FBI, nor CA, nor a secret agent. He's not. Why am I saying so? Perhaps what suits him is rather an ordinary informant, according to the behavior he has exhibited outside here, and we've seen. That is not how FBI agent, secret agent, and CIA or the intelligence operatives do behave and do operate. Why am I saying so? I'm saying so because there is a specific qualifications for CIA, secret operatives, intelligence operatives, and FBI agents. They go to a particular school mainly to acquire a special degree and a crafts trade for their dealings and for their operations going forward. And there is a link, perhaps you could go click and you search, you'll get the information. Are you there? So Ivan Ventures plus the details is not there. Therefore, that one throws him out. Unless it's just a masquerade. Well, frustrated people, just like Ivan's, always conduct themselves and masquerade as one of special operatives. They're not. They're just ordinary informant. Their main basic reasons is to always bully people around, and they want people to know what they're doing. Most of the behavior, that's how he was behaving with Imar, because she hold that kind that I can do for you anything, you'll do me nothing. If you play with me, I just go and report to the police so that you get deported. Because he's frustrated because Imar's progressive life. That could be. He wanted to belong into that group. There, he could not fit. He could not fit just because there is only one thing, ladies. She wanted one, but it's not. He couldn't get one for himself. Informant are not in the payrolls. What they survive on is a stipend, unless if they report an issue that is otherwise proven true, they will get a stipend on that. That explains the reasons why most of them could just bully any other persons to report so that they get money. Because you are being given money as you report. If you don't report and no case at all, you lack no money. Which means you must have a job elsewhere, or you must have worked with a military before. Therefore, you could be considered as an informant. You could become an attaché to do some kind of special operations. That's it. Either all that you could be given, maybe a ticket for your vacation, a stipend or transport allowance to necessitate your activity. Are you there? They are not salaried at all, because just an ordinary. Like for example, somebody is a police around your area, then she relies on you and she recruits you. My friend, you'll be telling me anything that is happening in this area. Does not mean you work with the police. Like these things in Kenya we call the Nyumba Kumi initiative. That's what is it with Ivan. Or the best could be Ivan could be a military contractor, because at one point he was in the army, USA Army, which he retired, he came out, he never renewed the contract. Therefore, what remains is just there as a senior citizen, but decided to help the police with their function, or appointed just to help us to know what is happening within your community itself. Are you there? FBI, CIA, or a spy, for that matter, are always discreet, while informants are always indiscreet. What I mean by that statement, the FBI, CIA, and spies usually live their life secretly. Nobody would. They never want no one to know what they're doing, even their family, part of their family. Either. While informants are indiscreet, the informants are so wowed and vowed with that kind of being an informant, being associated with the operatives that he or she is assisting. Therefore, they want people to know, because lack of that particular training, the tradecraft to mold them in a specific way that they can carry their activity and mandate without being noticed. Either they don't eat in public anyhowly. Most of them they cook themselves. At times they don't want people to notice them that they're passing. According to the behavior that Ivan has exhibited itself here simply shows that he's not one, and he will never be one. This is just how people think that he could be and is not. What suits him here, as per my knowledge, and I don't have that information, he could be an ordinary informant or a military contractor. That's it. So spy or operatives officials are always deployed outside their country. Mainly the work they do outside the country is to spy, or what we call the espionage. As you know, the espionage is spying other countries' military deployment, spying other countries' economic enrichment and economic capacity, so that you can deploy tactics to submerge the economic tactics, to counter their military deployment, which is otherwise considered a very lethal job and a very dangerous job. And when you're recruited, you must be recruited in that fellow country, which means you could be in Kenya, but the US decided to recruit you so that you be an FBI or a CIA agent to go and monitor your country on the kind of a craft they will let you. We have different kind of CIA and spies. We have the military spies. We have the economic spies. Are you there? We have the ordinary spies of other kind of things, which means your work is to betray your country, gives back the information to the foreign countries so that your countries could be subdued when it comes to weapon, so that you know what is really taking place in this country when it comes to war. So such kind of people involve themselves in an underdealing that is so discreet, no one would know, because if it's known in a country, you'll be busted. If you are caught, even the country whom have appointed you to do that will rescue themselves from you. They will say they don't know you, because that one alone will bring what you call the diplomatic row, which means you are your own as per that particular point. So Ivan is not. Ivan is masquerading and gallivanting with all the cameras where he is traveling. So to bring the issue of spy itself will not work, because you'll be marked. Other people would want to deal with you scathingly. So that is not the life. What normally happens with the spies and the CIA, once they've been busted and they've realized people have known about them, they normally disappear. They will never travel anywhere, because their life might be at risk. They might be targeted. They'll never want you to know their houses, where they live, because you might decide to deploy an attack so that they may be disrupted in their activity. Therefore, the kind of a character and a trait exhibited by Ivan is not of that of FBI, and it will never be, because these people, they work in secretly. Are you there? And again, that one alone would tell you that this guy was just a bully in Imar life. This guy just wanted what Imar wanted, and perhaps he wanted to bring Imar down, or there's a specific group of people that never liked Imar, that Ivan Venture is working for, but not to the government of the USA, because there's no crime Imar has done. There is nothing totally that Imar has done. So on what? Imar is not a terrorist. Imar is not in the military. He does not supply any kind of weapons. So the FBI does not involve in just a shenanigan of gossip, just a shenanigan of people fighting for ladies here and there. No, they don't involve that. That's the work of the police, if at all there's a crime made. Are you there? So guys, to answer the biggest question that is always cropping in, this question that's always cropping in by the mere people who have just been recruited by Ivan to spread the propaganda. Are you there? Because the ordinary informant, how they operate is, first of all, they create a propaganda to paint a particular people, because they've given instruction by a particular company or particular persons to paint these people how they do. So the propaganda is crafted. Therefore, the people who are recruited are the people who are next door this particular person. Just this case in Imar now, very many people have been recruited and money is being sent for them because they have this information they want these people to do. Or there is a competitor who feels so mad that never want Imar to compete with him. So the best thing, create a propaganda, paint him, sustain this propaganda so that we want to curtail Imar never to travel elsewhere. That's the reasons why Imar now is saying he applied again for US visa, then he was denied. Are you there? Because of this vexation and propaganda. Then you connect it to the US itself. Are you there? So let's watch this one, then you'll get to know how this ordinary informant behave.
About today. In short, Ivan Ventures is a US secret agent, that is a US immigration intelligence informer that was assigned to investigate Marwa. And I am so surprised that Marwa could not see this. Marwa thinks that Ivan is all over his girlfriends, according to the video that he has pulled out today. But for me, when I look at it, I know for sure that Ivan is not all about being obsessed. He wants what Marwa has, according to what Marwa is saying. He wants what I want. He wants what I have. He wants my subscribers. He wants, no. If he is really a secret agent for immigration and he is informing something, then it means Marwa has been suspected internationally to be doing some shady businesses. And that is why this guy was assigned to come and yes, Universal, yes. That is why Ivan was assigned to come and investigate Marwa. Yes. Listen, let's start with the stories. Marwa was making some serious allegations. Let's start with the story of Marwa in Colombia, guys. We all know what Marwa did in Colombia. We have done these videos. If you remember the story of pimping those young girls in Colombia, if you remember that, and all right then, Caro, I see where you are going. Yeah, if you remember the story that Marwa's done things, guys. You don't see him Michael Jacksoning on the roads. Marwa's been doing these things, and we talked about all these shady businesses that Marwa was into while he was in Colombia, guys. Let's go back and reflect. Guys, for those who have been here for long enough, you've been following our stories. All right? We saw Marwa with those young girls and whatever they were doing. Yeah? We knew very well Marwa saying that he had slept on the streets. What was he doing while sleeping on those streets? Because he said he went to Colombia to teach English. He went to Colombia. I've never met or seen, I don't know, guys, can let me know. I've never met or seen any Kenyan that has been to Colombia.
From that video, you've just seen a propaganda that is the recruits herself, Carol, is advancing on behalf of her master, Ivan Venture, to lift up the propaganda, because there is substantial belief that Marwa is dealing in crime. It's something that I'm getting from Ivan Ventures, something that I'm getting from Carol, because this propaganda was crafted somewhere in USA. And Ivan Ventures is working for a particular group of people. I don't know which particular group of people. I don't know why these people dislike Marwa. Because maybe I will tell you the reasons. What could be? Are you there? There's a propaganda. So this propaganda is created that you are a bad person, you are doing anything, but now once they created the propaganda, they will want to act on that propaganda. Because once I said, once lies is being exhibited, countless number of times without a challenge, therefore, it becomes the truth. Majority of people believe that is you and it's not you. That's why for a very long time, I've been telling people that do not counter these people. The best thing that I used to tell people, these people must be countered, and you ask them a very tangible question to give a proof. The same thing Imar told Ivan, if there is something about that lady that he was saying, let Ivan produce the CCTV, because he has got a CCTV even under his table. Are you there? Something that he couldn't prove, because if Imar did all those things, Imar could be taken to jail up to now. Let's mark it there. I'll come back to it. Are you there? Again, they are sponsoring people, recruiting people to spy. You see, people have been are being told to spy. The Max 1 spying, the Masubo spying, majority of people are spying. Mama Ans also has been cropped in the picture, because you cannot tell me Imar brings a person, help a person in good health, then within no minute, this person just get out, started speaking against Imar. There is an hand of spies. Are you there? And that one also explains the reasons why King of Traveler had to travel to Nyabohanzi to complete a personal vendetta. Because when King of Travelers was talking, he said, you know, when the first time I came to Kenya, I first of all made sure I checked in. If you remember the reason of checking in, and if you understand the issue of security and the issue of intelligence, checking in simply means I had to go and report to the FBI agent or the Interpol that I've already come to this country, so that the embassy itself is made aware that you are here and you've gone to do a spy or an espionage in a particular region. Should your life be at risk, then the person whom you're spying on, or Marwa, would be the culprit. So that was the main vendetta. That was the main function these people wanted to do with Amara. The good thing is Amara was indoors. The good things, Minahawi was there and Mayuguno, and put them under the camera. And you see the people whom they were using the close associate of Marwa. Where he got this lady from Mombasa, the close associate of Marwa, to come. And again, they wanted to bring Mayuguno to the picture. Then it all backfired. Big time. All backfired big time. Number 3, if they cannot deliver, all the spies, including Ivan, if they cannot deliver, therefore there is no money. Therefore sometimes they get hired or unhired, fired immediately, because they cannot deliver, there is no payment. That's why they have to bully Ayamarwa's close associate to get that information. You know, the information they're looking is a propaganda created. So they just want to pretend they are doing some kind of good job so that they get rewarded. And they win people's perception, or they twist something that is no. So there was a competition that now Ivan Venture started YouTube and walking to all places where Amara have gone. Wanted to meet all the people where Amara have met, but nothing else. Nothing else, because he wanted to gain the sympathy and the people who have been helping Amara going forward. And that is it. Another big question is, what is there in Imara's life? Or what was Ivan Ventures and whom Ivan Ventures is working for spying on Imara? What makes Imara the persons of interest? A disclaimer, Imara criminal records is superb. While he was in USA, he had to be he has to be driven to the police station to do the clearance so that his record to be safe. Because if there is any kind of a report, any kind of an issue, the United States of America Police in Washington, D.C. at the headquarters could have picked it, but nothing. But nothing. Nothing could it. That is the best reason that I'm telling you, this is just an ordinary informant that's wanted to play in the gallery, that's wanted just to bully Ayamaro around, to seek that kind of sympathy. Are you there? Number 2, it could be the travel destination. And where is the travel destination? The travel destination, most of the time, Amaro normally travel to South America. And the issues of South America, most of the time, People fear such kind of destination. The Colombia, the Venezuelas of this world, the Bogota, either the Brazil. So those kind of traveling destinations are normally considered the risk area destination because they are sparked with the myriads of crimes and the myriads of issues to do with drugs, trafficking. Are you there? So this one alone, a person could be of interest and start asking Marwa, what are you doing in those kind of particular place? Like for these reasons, I work in the airport, and most of the time when you do screening, sometimes when the plane lands from a particular region, you've already been told and you've already known, because to deter the crime, that this flight is from a high risk area or a high risk destination or high risk flats. So there is three main mode of screening. Others could just be ordinary, pat up, pat down. Others could be just, but depending on your destination and where you're coming from, where you're headed, and the kind of a flight. If you're from those areas, Brazil, Santiago, all those, even the side of Caribbean, at the airport where we screen people, we subject you to 3 thorough kind of screening. Or anytime when we do a random check, you could be picked, whereby I can just leave. Have you ever been in the airport where you just find police just pick anyone randomly? Then you start complaining, why me? Why you? It's been something programmed, and it's a security code and a security measure that dictates that we put you under random check after you've gone 3 important checks. Because the flight you are taking or the class you are from is from high risk destinations. Are you there? Just the same way some Africans, most of the Africans are being screened whenever they get into the Heathrow airport. You see sometimes how they're being picked because they didn't say you're from Africa. They ask you which country. Therefore, there are other specific countries they said, no, this is so dangerous. You're being taken to a room, either a cold room for further questioning. This is how it's being done. So, I'm not traveling to Colombia, making it to Colombia. Other people questions. Other people wants to connect Amarwa's activities to Colombia to be of criminal in nature. Something that other people have gone and decided, because there is a pictures, there are videos, the institution that Imar have gone even back to show us where they work, to show us the staffs and the reasons why he had to leave and how he survived along the street to do content creations and decided to leave, and other people could not believe it. Are you there? So these are the things, there's the connection and propaganda that the people wanted to know how Imar made it to build such kind of a house from Colombia. They cannot get it. Are you there? People do teach English even in North Korea, even in South Korea, even in China. What is the problem? So these are the things these people, they want to find out, and they could not find it out. Number 2, Imar with just a mere African passport from a third world country has been traveling like a boss. Are you there? Cruising the world, navigating all through. Therefore, with the same African passport that most of the friends have advised Imar, including IVANTURES, to maybe get a US passport, something that Imar said he will never do, that he wants to prove people that he can travel even with that African passport. This is what is bringing the jitters. This is now what maybe Ventures maybe thought is lazy, cannot travel, because Imar said for those who have all these big passport, this country passport, now they cannot travel. They say Imar referred them to the lazy people of all the point, because you have the fast access so long as you hold that American passport, the British passport. There's no excuse for you but to travel and make videos. So against that backdrop and Imar pronouncement, this is why IVANTURES wanted to bring Imar down. And again, the YouTube revenue. Until that time, because these people asking Imar, because they wanted to know whether Imar YouTube pays. Others were doubting. And that's the reasons why Ivan Venture is doing YouTube, because he was convinced. Because Amaro had to tell them and show them the analytics and the balance. Then they believed that YouTube is paying. And that is why Ivan Venture decided to do YouTube. And that is why, because the work of an ordinary informant is not paying, that is left it, now is doing vlogs just like an Amaro, because he knows that that is how he wants to make money. That's how he wants to make money. Well, my advice to Imar, you might have applied for the visa you're speaking about going to US. Your track record is proven. There's no crime whatsoever. You have a police clearance. There's no crime whatsoever. The best thing, if you doubt anything because of this propaganda, just look an immigration attorney or a lawyer who practice the international law. They can do it either here or here from America, to go and look up your file so that they can sort an issue with it in a file. Anything that, any other kind of information that visa officer was telling you that there's a particular kind of information, therefore you are denied visa, go raise an issue with them so that you get to know what happened. Well, you know, there are other reasons why your visa could not go through, but not because on that trajectory. If there is at all and you're suspecting, but I know people do apply US visa, they get denied. The other time they try, they will be given. So there's nothing. Are you there? All I know, and I'm pretty sure, there is a plan to block Emarwa never to travel, never to leave Africa. Are you there? The things that they now wanted to do with the Christmas list. There is a plot, and a huge one, that is being rolled, that they want Emarwa never to leave Africa because of that bungalow and flats and a villa that Amara has created, bringing jitters, bringing people who have got the US passport but are sitting down doing nothing. Are you there? Watching Amarwa cruising the world, watching Amarwa from a third world country, just walking with the camera and making money. Well, if you go to the US or to the Europe, young men in the age of Amarwa, others are either doing crime, doing drugs, some horrible activities that unexplainable. So this is what is bringing jitters all together. Until next time, this is Senior Zach.